Hey guys, Vasy back here, and in today's video, we're going to see what would happen if you put all the rookies from the 2023-24 class on the same NHL team. So in game here, I have created the North American rookies team. Here's a quick look at the jerseys. Didn't spend too much time on them, but they look alright. Tried to make the logo like the Calder Trophy, at least as much as I could. It's not perfect again, but looking at the roster, I basically just went on NHL.com and just took the top scorers on each position: forward, defense, and goaltending. And overall, it's a pretty deep team for the most part. Obviously, a very good rookie class this year. So let's jump into franchise mode and see how they simulate. So looking at the lines here that I have put together, for the first line we have Fantilli, Bedard, Karlsson. Just the top three, had to keep them all together. Cooley, Rossi, and Nyes is our second line. Third line is Benson, Gregg, and Evangelista. And the fourth line is Brink, Forrester, and Voronkov. Looking at the defensive side of things, we have Pavel Mentukov with Brock Faber, Nemec and Hughes, the two New Jersey guys, and Korchinski and Peronovich. Goaltending-wise, we have Kochetkov and Urson. So let's start the simulation to see how this team performs. Alright, so let's simulate to the end of the season here and see how a all-rookie team will do here in NHL 24 franchise mode. I gotta say, I'm not expecting too much from this team. I'm expecting somewhat around 500. I'm wondering if we're going to see any crazy growth from this group of guys. Obviously, a lot of very good potentials, all of that, so it'll be interesting to see what the overall team looks like at the end of things, as we start out 2-8-2. Very, very rough start for the all-rookie squad here, as we do get a couple wins here to pull it back together, but definitely not ideal to say the least. So just on a side topic here, I wanted to kind of talk about the Calder race this year and who I think has the lead and who's going to end up winning it in the end. So as of recording this here on February 15th, it does appear that Connor Bedard actually is coming back into the lineup here for the Blackhawks. Obviously, he has been out with a broken jaw for the last, I want to say, month or two now. I'm not even too sure what it is. But it's so hard to say who's going to win between him and Brock Faber. Obviously, Bedard, you have the name value. He's been absolutely insane with just a garbage Chicago Blackhawks roster this year. But Faber's just really come in, he's really come out of nowhere, and he's been absolutely outstanding for the Wild. So it's hard to say. I think you have to still give Faber the advantage with that extra month's games played and all that stuff, and him just really continuing to develop and improve upon his game. So I'm going to lean toward Faber, but it would not shock me at all if the voters just saw the Bedard name value and went with him in the end. And really, he's having a good enough year that I don't think it's very controversial at all to say that he may end up winning the award at the end of things. But yeah, that's just my take on it. Definitely let me know, what do you guys think on the Calder race and who's going to end up winning it at the end of the season? But with that being said, jumping back to the simulation here, we are sitting at a record of 31, 37, and 9 as we head toward the last week. See if we can get a couple more wins. Does not look like it. We finished with a record of 33, 40, and 9. So I think safe to say we probably expected a little bit more out of the all-rookie team here, but it's not horrible to say the least. Looking at the forwards here, Bedard does lead the way, 76 points. He was a 0, so I don't know if that's going to hurt him in the Calder race in game here. I know a lot of the time if you're a big minus, you're basically disqualified from winning that. Hughes and Faber leading the way in defensive scoring. And goaltending, Kochetkov, not great. Urson actually did have better numbers there in the end. Take a look at just the league scoring and goaltending. So Luukkonen, Skinner, Georgiev, Vasilevsky, looking like your top goalies here this season. When it comes to points, Pastrnak leads the way with the 101. Matthews, Point, Tavares, not too far behind him. When it comes to goals, Pastrnak is going to win the Maurice Rocket Richard with 63 goals, Matthews 55 just behind him. And just taking a quick look at some of the growth of our players here. Bedard up to a 91, Faber 87, Cooley 85, actually a bunch of 85s here. Karlsson, Fantilli 84s. A lot of good growth on this team, and I think if you would have simmed another year or two, whatever, you're going to have a very solid squad here. I'm going to sim to the end of the season so we can take a look at the awards. So actually, before we get to the awards here, looking at the Stanley Cup playoff tree, Canucks do win their first Stanley Cup in franchise history, beating the Carolina Hurricanes in 6, the Coyotes in 5, Ducks in 6, and Oilers in 7. So now looking at the awards, I think we know a lot of the team ones here for the most part. Pastrnak does get the Art Ross and the Hart. Makar gets the Norris. Pastrnak does get the Lady Byng as well. Cooley on the Coyotes gets the Calder. So it sucks to see that our guys, unfortunately, none of them were able to pull out a Calder win here, but it is what it is. What else do we have here? Barkov with the Frank Jazelki. And the last two, Maurice Richard, as we knew, goes to David Pastrnak. But I do think that is going to do it for this video overall. I might end up actually doing an accepting all trades video with this all rookie team. Not too sure yet, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. I will see you all in the next one.